Sees the mountain, but he's got the view. He said, one step, you'll get through. When my faith is thin, he lends me his light. His words cut through like stars in the night. He said, breathe it in, don't run, don't hide. The climb's not a race, it's a rhythm to ride. One bite at a time, he said. One bite at a time. No matter how high we can climb, break it down small till the fear's out of sight. David reminds me, it's one bite at a time. Ooh, he's the kind of friend who hears the unheard. Holds my dreams like they're fragile birds. When I'm lost, he maps my scattered words. His voice is calm like the roots of a tree, grounded in wisdom but wild and free. He said, feel the weight, let it teach, don't deny. Strength grows in the cracks where the broken survive. One bite at a time, he said. One bite at a time. No matter how high we can climb, break it down small till the fear's out of sight.
Okay, I love my theme song. You know, don't hate me. Don't hate me. I love my theme song. You guys, I want to talk to you guys today about the language of poverty. You guys, we've been working on this book for about 2 years. And when I tell you that it has been not just a labor of love, it has been something that we have just really strived to put together. Let me tell you, I've interviewed speakers. I've interviewed Fortune 500 CEOs. I've interviewed the top movers and shakers in the personal development space. I've interviewed celebrities, influencers, and artists, musical artists. I've interviewed actors and some famous actors that I can't say their name, but you see them on TV every day. And this was basically a compilation, and to be honest, it started as a personal project. When we would be in an event or be around somebody and I see somebody, I kind of say, hey, can I ask you a question real quick? And I have like some key points I have like on my phone, right? And I'm like, what is this? And over the past 2 years, I've amassed this knowledge and I put it into a book, and it's called The Language of Poverty, because poverty has a language. And I'm telling you something, not from something I've heard or something I'm seeing somebody do. I'm telling you from perspective of something I've done. And it at times costs me business. It costs me relationships. It cost me my own self-worth. And it wasn't until I actually started seeing the things I was doing wrong and I said, I need to help myself. How do I find out what I'm doing wrong so I can fix it for me? And once I started getting the tools, the tips, the resources, I was like, I got to put this together for my kids. I got to put this together for my family. You know, my wife and I were like, okay, wow, we didn't know that. Oh my God, I've done that. Jeez, that's why it was self-destructive. That's why so-and-so just kind of ghosted and faded off, because I was acting like this. And when I saw those reasons and I was able to fix them, I said, maybe I could put this together in a written format and I can help other people. There is a saying that a smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. I was smart, but I want you to be wise. Learn from my mistakes, learn from the mistakes of celebrities, Fortune 500 people, and CEOs, business people. Everybody's made mistakes and everybody's learned. They say in life, you don't lose, you buy lessons. So things don't work out, or you didn't lose, you bought that experience, you bought that education. The trick is, what are you going to do with it? I think this is a 80 page, I think it's 80 pages. There's a workbook, and there is an audit, and it also comes with a link to a self assessment to where you actually be take the assessment. The assessment takes about maybe 10, 12 minutes. It can get kind of lengthy. And as I was going through it, my daughter's like, "That's a lot to ask," and I was like, "Yeah, but you know what? Don't cheat the process. Don't cheat the process. You ain't got to tell nobody like, oh, I got a few minutes to try it. No, sit down, relax. Maybe after a day, after everything is done, take the assessment. It was created for you. Okay, don't cheat yourself. So this book is $39.99. However, this is why I'm on here live because you know I'm gonna do one of two things. What? David, we know something you need to know or something you need to grow. And so I'm giving away 20 copies. I'm giving away 20 copies. DM me poverty language, DM me language, DM me LOP, language of poverty. Just put LOP. You can put LOP in the comments or LOP in my DM. I will give you I will shoot you over the ebook. Okay, so you can download it, have it on your phone, have it in your computer, your tablet, whatever. But take advantage of it because matter of fact, let me bring up one of the chapters here because I was going through it and I was like, damn, this is really dope. This is really dope. And one of the things that we talk about here is scarcity talk. How many times have you asked somebody who has said one of the following things? I can never afford that. People like us don't live in neighborhoods like that. That opportunity is out of my league. He or she is out of my league. There's never enough money when you need it. Everything is too expensive these days. Rich people get all the opportunities. People like us never do. I can't invest because I don't have enough money. I have to hold every dollar until I get another one. Those are just some of the things that we consider scarcity talk, where a person talks about lack and what they don't have and what they can't have and why they can't have it and why it wasn't made for them and why they should never be in that room. They should never be in that neighborhood. They should never have a car like that. They can never have a relationship like that. And people will do it and they'll be like, well, I'm just humble. They will hide behind humility and act like that's some altruistic kind of thing. Like I'm not too bold. I'm not conceited. No. You got a poverty mindset and you got to change it. And in this book, we talk about how to replace that language because I'm going to tell you something. Until you see yourself being something better, you will always see yourself being something less than. Until you see yourself being better, you will always see yourself being something that's less than. Do you hear me? What you see is what you become. And you guys, I know this might sound an oversimplification because trust me, it was to me. I was like, I cannot verbalize and articulate to you guys how much when I started to learn, I was like, no, oh, hell no, it can't be that easy. No, it can't. And now I'm going to tell you, it's not. Because the battle starts right here. But the minute that you decide that you want more, you deserve more, and you're worthy of more, that's when shit changes. I guarantee you. But if you don't think you're worth more, and you can say all the positive affirmations, you can have all the sticky notes in your mirrors, everything saying, I am going to win today. Today is my day. But if you do not believe that you are worthy of winning, you do not believe that you're going to have a good day, you do not believe you deserve that house, that relationship, that car, that job, that business, that $1 million, you will not get it. You must have the mentality that you are worthy. And it starts right here, baby. It starts right here. So I say to you, what are you going to do? Every now and then, we all need somebody to come along and say, yo, I don't need a hand out. I need a hand up. This is your hand up. Put LOP, language of poverty. I will shoot you over the book. Now, I believe in fair exchange and no robbery. So, Dave, why are you doing the book? I'm going to do 2 reasons. One, I do want to help. I want to help people because I truly believe you cannot be God giving. What I give to you, he gives to me tenfold. That's first. Second, I'm trying to raise or build my database. I want to be able to tell people, hey, we got this going on here at OnStage Plus. Hey, we got this going over here at Success Driven. Hey, we got this going over here at OSP Cares. But if I have nobody to tell that we got this going on to, what's the point? So I've put this book together that took us 2 years that I'm going to be selling on Amazon for $39.99, but I'm willing to give it to you free for your name and email address. Fair exchange and a robbery. I'm being very clear. I want your name, email address, and I will give you what I've been working on for the past 2 years that will help change your life for the better, help change your children's life for the better, help change your family's life and your relationships for the better. I promise you that. Because when you believe, we have a lot of sayings here. So for us, my wife, I said we should have a book of sayings. Maybe I'll put that next. But we have a saying here that anything you can conceive in your mind, you can hold in your hand. And I'm not lying to you. If you could see all the property we have, if you could see our stage room, this is a stage room where we've got the screens, 85-inch TV, can tell, confidence monitor, cameras, cranes, the different sets. If you could see it, and this was just a dream a little over a year ago, and now I've got it all. And guess what? You should see what's on the horizon, because they say if your dreams do not scare you, your dreams are not big enough. But it starts here with your identity. You've got to believe that you're worthy. And so often we think we believe we're worthy, but we don't. We've got the negative self-talk. We talk in scarcity. There's a chapter in the book that's called dependency talk. And this is where people are waiting for someone to give them something. They're waiting for somebody to hit the lottery. They're playing the lottery because they believe that if they do that, they're dependent upon the state. They're going to win, or they're going on YouTube. I'm going to go viral. I'm going to hit 1 million views, and I'm going to get this big check from some hand that's writing checks for people getting views. Honey, let me tell you, it don't work. Don't work. I have a post that I had that had 1.5 million views. You know how much money I got for it? $17. $17, 1.5 million views. So don't tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. You don't need to go viral. You don't need to do any of that. Everything you have is within you. You just needed somebody to show you how to harness it. If I told you and I gave you a camera, I say this iPhone, right? And I said, you need to go out there and you need to make this movie because they've been making movies with iPhones. You can do it. Just go out there and do it. And you're like, okay, but you didn't know how. You will come back and it might be shaky or you don't know how to get the right footage. But if I said, here's the iPhone, here's the guide, look at the guide, go get these shots, do what the guy says, then bring it back to me. Well, now you got a roadmap. Now you bring it back to me and I'm like, cool, this is something I can work with. Now we cooking. I am giving you the roadmap. Let me tell you, but there's a caveat. There's a caveat. Yes, I want your name and email address from a database, but here's the caveat. When you are going through this transformation project, I'm going to say project because it's a project. When you are going through it, when you're reading the book, keep your dreams and your goals to yourself. There are people in your life who love you and mean well for you, but they cannot see for you what they cannot see for themselves. Do you hear me? I'm going to say that again. They cannot see for you what they cannot see for themselves. So if you love them, do not share what you're doing, because some people are going to be like, you go have that, huh? Okay. You go buy that house, right? With your credit, girl, you ain't got no money. Don't you listen to them. Don't you listen to them. So don't you tell them what you're doing. It's true, you got to move in silence until you get there. And then when you start making moves and things are changing because your identity's changed, they'd be like, oh, look at you. Oh my goodness, how you do that? I've heard over the years, I've heard so many people. I have been around. Like I said, I've worked with a lot of people in the entertainment industry. And I've seen people get signed for multi-million-dollar deals. And I've seen people who were just as talented or maybe even more talented, but didn't take the step of faith, didn't take the leap, didn't trust themselves to say, I'm going to go out there and audition and try that. So when the other person took that leap and got it, the person that didn't was like, yeah, they sold Illuminati. You know that's how they work, right? Yeah, she done sold herself to the devil. She going to hell in the hopes to make themselves feel better, to think, damn, that could have been me. But I'm going to say that the only reason she got it is because she sold her soul or he sold his soul. But in actuality, they believed they could have it. They went out, they tried, they got it, and they became it. And the person who was sitting there with the negative self talk is now making excuses for why they are not where they want to be. Don't be that person. Do not be that person. I've seen hundreds of people like that. I continue to see them. I recognize it and I keep moving. I do not suffer fools lightly. My time, your time is precious. Do not spend it on people who are not going to value it. So, like I said, LOP, Language of Poverty. Put it in the comments, DM me. I will shoot you a link. I'm giving away 20 copies, and then I'm going to start selling it. You hear me? So, 20, once I get 20 people, the rest of y'all got to go on Amazon and buy it for $39.99. But for now, if you're seeing this because you're in my circle, and I'm always going to bring value to those in my circle, you know how I roll. All right. So I want to thank you guys for that. And matter of fact, let me see if I can put up the QR code here. Where is it at? Here we go. If you have a phone, The Language of Poverty, and this is, of course, how not to speak it. Because I'm telling you, I was speaking it tough. I was like just saying things that I really didn't know that was because the mind, let me tell you, the mind is always listening. Always listening. You will say stuff in jest. You will say stuff, to fit in with your friends. You know, there was a term I was talking to my wife about the other day. It's something we say automatically, but it's something that's so negative. And it's like, okay, when I was growing up and I'm saying this, but it'd be like, I'll be damned, right? My mother, my father, everybody used to say that when it was something they couldn't believe, like, what? But what are you saying? I'll be damned? So now it'd be like, I'll be blessed. And it'd be like, oh, that sounded weird. Yes, it sounds weird because we're always taught to go to the negative. We have been conditioned as a people, and not just African-American people. I'm talking white, Hispanic, Asian, Americans. We are conditioned by our media to default to the negative. So when you start to speak positive, it feels weird. It feels unnatural. But I tell you what, I speak life over all my children, my grandchildren. I speak life to them. And they be like, with my wife, before she wakes up, if I wake up before her, I look at her and I go, you are strong, you are powerful, you are beautiful. You are everything you've always wanted to be. And people value what you do when you walk in a room. I speak that over her every night and every day. She probably wake up and be like, what you doing, honey? But I speak life into her when she goes to bed, when she wakes up. Because I know there's power in what I say. You've got power in what you say. Get the book. Do the training. It's free. Change your life for your children. Y'all, I always come on here with one or two things. Something you need to know, something you need to grow. I am so passionate about this book. I am not joking. It's really going to change your life. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm about to get on out of here. My grandkids went to the pool with their father, came in town because he works in the Bay Area, and they came up and they took him to the pool. That's why it's so quiet here. Okay, so I'm going to go and get some work done before they get back. And just want to come on here and give you guys that. But trust me, do yourself a favor, your children a favor, your family a favor, and everybody in your circle. Stop speaking the language of poverty. Get the book, do the work sheet, do the audit, change your identity, and become better. You can start changing your life today. You don't believe me? I did it. All right.